Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Just finishing up the last couple of moments of getting ready. And thank you so much for being here. I take 12 of your political questions out of the chat before I come on. And then I just read on the collective energy to see what I can pick up. It's never 100% correct, but it's interesting the insights we can get. And this is a spiritual practice. So, all right, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. We have a fantastic community because of you. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. It's a very big and slightly confusing day in the news. So we'll have to go through it step by step. All right, that's taken care of. That's there. I don't need that. I do need my cards. And yeah, I'm still going to use these because they're smaller and they're easier to shuffle. So, yes. Aw, Ricky. And the star of the show, the inspiration behind Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Vuvuzela. Yes, he is, right? I won't look it through it. Just a general, there he is. There's the good boy. Okay, so he's right there. So he is nearby, giving off positive, lovely energy. So that's always a plus. All right. I think I'm going to have to do an overloaded Celtic reading today. So I'll just close that up and I'll have this here. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. Okay. So basically, what's going on, if you don't know, is this morning, Weisselberg. Let's talk about Alan Weisselberg, shall we? This lovely human being, he worked for Trump Org for 50 years, something like that. And I mean, yes, 50 years, because he was almost 50. He was hired in 1973. And he worked for Fred Trump and then his son Donald, and is incredibly loyal to the family. It's his whole identity. His kids worked for the family, or, it's all against Trump Org. So I have been doing a lot of research on this morning to not just take the top line. I really should say it started at like 3 minutes in. To not just take the top line of the story, but to try to get down into some of the details. So I'm going to just put 3 minutes in right here. So it's a little confusing. So we're going to go through this step by step. And thank you, Kate. Kate's here. Kate Priest is here. Do pray for Kate, please. Please. All right. So what's going on with Weisselberg? Some people in the news media are saying he's pleaded guilty to 15 counts of tax fraud, basically. And they say he's agreed to plead guilty to all 15, which would give him 5 months of prison time. Some people are saying in Rikers. But he would be, they say it's going to be expensive to keep him in prison because he has to have special guards. He will be a special target, which to me, it's like, are you kidding me? People in prison, from what I've heard, tend to be big Trump supporters. So, but okay, whatever. Get a drink here. Okay, so some people are saying 5 months, but then if you listen to what his lawyer said and what others are saying, it's 100 days. 100 days is not 5 months. It's just over 3. And he might get, if it's crowded and he acts well, he might get out early. So that's a little confusing. But also, normally when there's at first they were saying he was going to plead guilty but not cooperate. I was like, well, okay, that would make sense. And then I read on it, and all I got was this immense panic attack. It was odd. Well, this is odd too, because he has agreed to testify against Trump Org, but not Trump himself. But Trump hasn't been indicted, not personally yet. And yes, and the key to getting that plea deal is that he will have to fully, openly, honestly testify against Trump Org. He's also trying to throw another lesser light in Grift Co. under the bus. Jeffrey, what was his name? It's okay. Alan Weisselberg admitted to receiving more than it's like $1.76 million in off-the-books perks. He didn't pay taxes on that, which would be hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's not just the time, by the way. He must agree to full repayment of the $1.9 million due in taxes and penalties, withdraw all defense motions filed on his behalf, and waive any appeals. Okay. The Jeff McConney. Weisselberg 75 also implicated Jeff McConney, the senior vice president and controller of the Trump Organization. Anyway, McConney, identified by the judge as unindicted co-conspirator number 1, was the first Trump employee to testify before the special grand jury that heard evidence against the former president in 2021, and has been with the company for more than 36 years. Thread of hope. Will people donate to him like they did to Alex Jones? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Trump has sent out more than 100 emails to raise funds off of the, this is an aside, but it's Trump world. He has sent out over 100 emails trying to raise money off of the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, and he has raised at least as much as like $1 million on several days since then, per day. Really? So, but here's the thing, Weisselberg, the ex-prosecutors who've been on the news have been saying I've never heard of a cooperation agreement which wasn't a full cooperation. There's a carve-out. Why is there a carve-out? Now, you know I am no fan of Alvin Bragg. And apparently I'm not alone in that. He's got a lot of detractors. You know, I can understand a certain amount of he wants to lessen sentences for low-level crimes. And I would think certainly nonviolent crimes. But what's the deal with, and it's not just him. Back in February, oh no, it was April. Back in April, there were those 2 prosecutors at the Manhattan District Attorney Office who resigned after complaining that he said the case was too weak to bring it forward against Trump. I twitch over that one. Just but he went forward with this Weisselberg thing. And if McConney testified in front of the grand jury and was one of the first people to do it, well, he gets immunity. So this is much more complicated, and there's something weird here. And I saw multiple ex-prosecutors on the news saying, this is weird. This is weird. This is people trying to figure out what on earth is going on. So Apple said very recently, attorney Mark F. Pomeranz said they have enough to convict Trump. Gosh, I would hope so. So I am going to do a series of overloaded Celtic readings here. So I think I'll be able to get through 12 questions today. I might not, just because I really want to look into this, because this is my puzzled face. There's something hinky about this. Julie Robinette says, I have to believe it has to do with the DOJ. Kathy Lamson, convict Trump for what? Tax fraud? What? If Weisselberg's just pled guilty to all of these perks and what have you, other people who worked at Trump Org got those perks too. Tax fraud. And nothing happened without Trump say so. So. Gretchen said, I heard Bragg was asked to back off because of what they're currently going after Trump on. Oh, with the DOJ? Be grateful. Convict the former guy for illegal possession of classified documents. My hand's okay, Joanne. I'm getting there. Yeah, and I went and looked this morning. Bragg has a 4-year term in office. Got in last November. But turns out the governor of New York, Hochul, she can remove him. All right. Remove the old planner. Okay. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. Move the pen out of the way. Move that out of the way. Get rid of at least a minimum of cat hair. And let's do some readings. Oh yeah, the new Randy Rainbow song. I put that out, and I put the link in earlier. So, hello, Jen Lynn. Jen Lynn is in the chat. Where did I just see you? Jen Lynn Tarot's in the chat. So do show some love to Jen Lynn. She is awesome. All right, so we're going to have a look here. We're going to start with, well, let's say, gosh, it's so much to do. 14 minutes in, let's start with Eileen's question. Weisselberg pleaded guilty and agreed to testify against Trump Org. Will he tell all, or like Pence, only some truths and half-truths? So will Weisselberg, I've been typing it so much, I now know how to spell it. Will Weisselberg provide condemning testimony against Trump Org. Let's start there. Jen Lynn saying we should do a kitten cat play date. That would be sweet, except my cats would freak out. But your kittens are adorable. Oh, Anna, Randy Rainbow is a national treasure. Okay, so Weisselberg, are you going to actually comply? Prison's not going to be pleasant for him. For what it's worth. He's got some health issues. I'm getting like weird pains in my back, and I wonder if he's got some arthritis. I wonder if he's got some back issues. It doesn't strike me as a type who's doing a lot of crunches to strengthen his core. Not good for the back. That is a card of the merchant. That would be Trump Org. Well, Grift Co. The thief card would have worked too. Just saying. All right, we're gonna have a look at these cards. Whoa. Okay, or the keyboard, whichever. All right, can you stay up here and not fall? You worked before. Okay. All right. Don't breathe. Don't move. In the past. Well, they got caught, but I think this is more complicated. I've got the Hanged Man in the past. Center the reading. The plan. Well, yeah. How they did business. Hanging above them. Ha! The devil. Excuse me. The devil and the Democrats. Matter of fact, this feels more like Biden's DOJ than New York's, than New York, the New York Democrats or law enforcement. That's hanging above him. Are you going to comply at the base of the reading? The messenger, cooperation. Okay, it's minor arcana, but at least it's there. So that's the base of this. But this, if he does, this part feels like small potatoes. It's this part up here that has some meat to it. Home environment, insult to injury. Yeah. If he is found to not be complying, not being helpful in testifying against Trump Org, his sentence goes from 100 days, or some people are saying 5 months, which makes no sense, to 5 to 15 years. And the man's in his late 70s, 78, something like that. So he darn well better comply. Hopes and fears. He's still, oh gosh, these people, they are such crooks. He's still trying to think of a way to dance around all of this, to maybe get away with. Tiffany Lilly, I'm not sure exactly how that would work. I have thoughts, but I don't know for certain. All right. What other people see? Well, we're going into it feeling like they're getting away with murder, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Near future 1, near future 2, and then the 3 cards of the final outcome. Near future 1, Sun. Near future 2, the bully. Well, that's bully Trump. Well, anything he talks about against Trump Org, I mean, he's going to try to throw some other people under the bus, but there aren't that many people in the company. Do not ask me why this jerk is so loyal to Trump. I don't get it. I don't get it. And, I don't need to use a qualifier allegedly or anything. The man pled guilty this morning, so I can just say outright, no, seriously, this guy has the energy of a crook. He's a thief. He sees himself as a smart business person, but he's a thief. Whatever you can get away with. Well, you didn't get away with it, so yeah. Final outcome, 1, 2, and 3. Are you actually going to cooperate? Dr. Nancy says, great. Can you cite source? Autumn, this is disgusting. Cohen got more. Source of what, Dr. Nancy? Judgment. Fruits of labor. 4 of Pentacles. I don't know that it will be in Manhattan, but the case against Trump Org begins I want to say it starts October 24th, something like that. This is going to open up a whole other can of worms for Trump himself. Is he going to? This feels like he's going to comply, and it opens up a can of worms for Trump. But he's still doing everything he can to protect Donald. Do not ask me why. Dr. Nancy, your info, Autumn, looking now. My info on. I was reading the news all morning, and searching Google, and of course, poor Sarah, who's one messenger with her all day long, and I sent her so much stuff, that poor woman. I'm surprised her eyes haven't permanently crossed. All right, so Weisselberg, he's still trying to protect Trump. At 20, let's say 23. Let's ask Heather's question. Will Howard Bragg be able to use Weisselberg in the criminal case against Trump in New York? So he says he won't cooperate against Trump, which doesn't make any sense. No, actually, this is the question we should ask. We'll get to Heather. We will get your question. The question we should ask. Have Manhattan DAs backed off Trump's case to help the DOJ. Oh, usually this thing's better about staying up. All right, we'll do it this way. It is 24. 24:30. Okay. All right. As Manhattan DA, have they backed off Trump's case? Dr. Nancy says, according to CNN, he agrees to testify against Grift Co. Yep, that's what I've been talking about. Kevin's wondering if the Russian mob is looking over his shoulder, perhaps. Let me see here. So, Manhattan DAs, have you backed off? At the request of the request, formal or informal, of the actual DOJ. Magician. Somebody needs to step up. Oh, it's going to look backwards to you. Well, no, I'll just do it this way. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Eight of Swords in the middle. Two of Cups and the Lovers. No, there's a basic fraud case, and the truth can definitely hurt everyone in the Trump organization. This is cooperation, though, and getting the cooperation of the cult members is not easy. It doesn't feel definitive. Are you stepping back at the help or at the request of Department of Justice? Gathering evidence. Evidence can be shared. That's there. Sun. Six of Pentacles. This energy is clear. This is what the DOJ is doing. Huge. This energy is massive compared to this other stuff. That what the DOJ is doing is much bigger and has bigger consequences than what the Manhattan DA is doing. Julie's saying that's what I feel. All right, well, then at 29, let's ask, will the Manhattan case against Trump Org hurt Donald, as Randy Rainbow put it this morning, Donald Jessica Trump? Will the Manhattan case against Trump Org hurt Donald Trump? Thank you, Angel Wings. You're very sweet. I'm okay. Yes, Julie Robinette, tax fraud versus traitor treason. It's just more important. Yes. Oh, okay. Stephanie Martin says, NBC News, the judge said Weisselberg, 75, thank you, agreed to pay $1.9 million in taxes, interest, and penalties as part of his guilty plea and to serve 5 months in jail. Cool. Good. Well, the case against Trump Org hurt Donald himself. He's the head of the company. The lies. Howling at the moon that they got caught. The corruption, the lies. But there's some kind of victory here and investigation. Something here. It opens up something else. It ends with like the last reading. It ends with an investigation. Kelly says it kind of looks like he's falling on the sword for all of the Trumps. Is that what you're going to do, Weisselberg? 3130. Is Weisselberg just going to throw himself on his sword for the Grifts? Sorry, Trump's. Donald Grift, Don Jr. Grift, Princess Grift, Forgettable Grift, Grift Co. Seriously, Weisselberg, just 3 cards. Heartache. I watched these kids grow up. But his own kids, your own kids are in trouble, potential trouble too. The burden. Death. Prosecution. Yeah, he's definitely taking one for the team. Why are these people? Why? I don't get it. Why are they so loyal to him? He wouldn't be that loyal to you, I promise. Anne says he may take the hit. Part of the deal was they wouldn't charge his son Barry. Sure. But at least he's facing something. Yeah, I think you're right, chat. Years in the cult. I think you've got something there. I really do. So I want trying to get the camera a little bit higher up so it doesn't fall. It's acting very strange. Guess everything's upside down. Ace of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Tower. Oh, yeah. But do not think that if we are concerned that Trump's just going to walk off and not, are going to be any consequences, Trump Org is going to be in just, Letitia James, it was already talked that she would probably try to dissolve the company. This, kaboom. Apple, breaking news for CNN, DOJ releasing the affidavit and will provide a roadmap. They're not going to redact part of it? Julia, I think this could be the end of Trump Org. Hang on. Did I put that away? I put that away. Let me see what I can find out. Now, hearing breaking news. The DOJ is making their case. The hearing's still going on. Okay. All right. That scared me. But no, it's no. Okay. Oh, there hasn't been a decision yet. I'm listening to MSNBC in my ear, and there hasn't been arguments now. Exactly, Tuxedo Cat. Just all right. At 36. All right. Anna had a question. What will Trump's response be in the October hearing? And I assumed you were talking about the one in Manhattan. What will his response be? Will there be more violence before, during, or after it? Okay, so I think those are two questions. Let's have a look. What will Trump's response be to the October hearing? So much whining. Which no one's ever been treated worse than I have. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Thank you, Cosmic Giggler. I like that. Trump's reaction during the Trump Org trial. Well, it's just how you make money. I did it, so it's not illegal. It's not a problem. Au contraire. Julie Robinette says, witch hunt, and they're finally catching the witch. Okay. Trump Org trial for money, big amounts of money. On the defensive, there's Trump the man. It's his name on the building and all the other buildings. Three of Swords, and we're going to see some serious legal heartache for Trump himself. Oh, this could be a little. This feels a little popcorn worthy. Yeah, let's do this. How is the Trump Org? How is the 39? How is the Grift Co. trial going to go? Big old death card. Not literal, it's death of Trump Org. I did it again. Prosecution. Knights. What this could mean is, oh, he just has to pay some fines, and it doesn't feel like that at all. Prosecution coming after and the prosecutors on it, they really want to get their pound of flesh out of Trump world. This is Trump having to fall back on charity of others. This is him having huge things taken away from him, is what that feels like. Between whoever's doing, whoever the prosecutor. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. The prosecutor, because it's not Bragg himself who's working on this. It's someone in his office. This prosecutor, Bragg might have to sign off on certain things, but this person is out for a big win. Good. Let's do that. Hi. Oh, have we heard anything yet about the? Nah, they just have an ad going. All right. Dave says that Weisselberg just pleaded guilty to count 1. I thought it was 15 counts of tax fraud. Anyway, so will this, unfortunately, we have to ask, 42 minutes in, will there be more violence? Ick. Before, during, or after it. Lori, are you being serious, or are you just making that up? I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't know. I don't know if you're joking. Okay, we'll just create any violence. I hope not. Oh no. In Brandy Rainbow's song, there were a number of things in there that were very true. Kind of rude in other places, but I don't blame him. And there was I can't remember off the top of my head because I'm trying to juggle 4 different things in my head. It was about the hypocrites who comply with Trump. And those people who are, and how the FBI went into Trump's property for national security. But suddenly it's Trump, so I don't know if Trump actually said that. Could we get some verification on that? If Trump is is dismissing Weisselberg now as awful, let me know, please. Violence. Okay. Well, we're in one of those big faded nexus moments of history. So, which means humanity is going to continue or we're not going to lose our democracy, but there could be some. It's how historic is this time going to be? It's just a matter of degree. Someone with the big arms, but on the defensive. This won't be as bad because they'll see it as this is about money. This is a court case about money. This won't rile up the base as much as you'd think. Kelly says faded, taking a deep breath. Oh yeah. Julie Robinette is saying it's going to be painful, but we're going to be okay. Exactly. Seriously, we're going to get through this. Julie says the universe has us. Yes. Julia Worcester is saying, I think that what's going on is going to make Americans appreciate their democracy. It's been taken for granted for a while. That is true. That is absolutely true. Okay, so. All right, I think I covered that. So. Oh. Okay, we know. All right, so Kevin's asking about what's going on. The judge is saying that he will release some of the lesser documents. Kevin's asking, will the judge release the affidavit for the Maralardo search case? If so, will it be redacted beyond recognition? The judge released the affidavit. Polly Wanda, let's try to keep it a little clean around here as much as possible. Thank you. This feels like the government holding tight to their information, what information they have. Also, in what they're saying about the affidavit is, it's a case that's in its early stages. That's a lot of paper. There's the world, and there is legal silence. There's a lot of paper, but there's a lot in that that's going to stay secret. That's what I'm getting. This is a big flipping deal. But there's a lot to be redacted. There's lesser things that'll come out. So yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Whew. Okay, what was the next question? Oh gosh, I didn't write down the time on that. Somewhere around 46. Okay, Jennifer had a question. After Mar-a-Lago was raided and boxes seized, why didn't they go to his other properties ASAP? Good question. At 48:30. After they went to Mar-a-Lago, after they seized all that stuff, why didn't they go to his other properties ASAP? Why haven't they since? I mean, granted, they're still going through some things, but if they've found classified documents, then ding, 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 red flag on the play. You could, he's got it, and there's a, but you could, guys, there's, if you found stuff here, there's probably stuff there. Catherine Rodriguez says they could have and it would have been efficient to do all the properties at the same time. Maybe they didn't have enough legal standing, so they had to show that there was a they had to show that there was cause. Boo Boo just went in the other room. I imagine he just went to go sleep on the bed, all curled up against the pillows. It's one of his favorite places. They have many, but yeah. Howling at the Moon. Also, this was, in a sense, this was the search at Mar-a-Lago was historic and important, and that hadn't happened before to a president, and I've been picking up that it wasn't the primary thing, but there was a certain amount of testing the waters, keeping an eye on public reaction. So Kathy Lamson says separate warrants required. Oh, I agree. And Anne is saying need cause to get a warrant. Yeah, I agree. But once they have the information from the first one, I imagine they're going to then go after Trump. Some documents will be released, as Kathy Haynes. Yes. Okay. Across America, Hanged Man, Devil, Six of Swords, Page of Cups. This is a big deal. This is like across America. Things need to be suspended because of the corruption. Don't underestimate do not underestimate the Democrats card. The reason they went to Mar-a-Lago, there was something pressing. Matter of fact, wasn't there an article? There was somebody in Kash Patel or somebody was talking about releasing or trying to release some information on his website. That may have been there was something, but there was a reason that they kind of were like, okay, we're doing this now. But this is not going away, and this is fear that Trump is selling information. Do not underestimate the Democrats. And if you think the people in the cult are upset now, that will be huge. Linda Johnson says, I think Trump was taking documents from the very start of his term. I agree. I agree with you on that. Lilibel says the affidavit. What did I miss something? We heard yet? So are they going to raid Trump's other raid? Are they going to legally search Trump's other properties? I'm hearing a bugle call of charge. And I think the key word there is charge, not only going to the other properties, but Trump's in big, hairy trouble about those classified documents. Oh, yeah. Queen of Cups. Oh, these are major secrets to our hands. Like, this is closed. This isn't an open cup. This thing is closed, and it's supposed to stay closed. And what are you doing? That's a very protective government, very protective of their secrets under Biden, as they should be with any president. Four of Cups. Hello, Fuzzness. Are you coming up? How you doing? Hi. There's a boo-boo. How are you? How is the Bailey Boo? How is the Bailey Boo? He's like, I want to lie down. I want to lie down. There we go. I'm just going to try to get the cards out from underneath you before you lie down. Yes. Because you are welcome. You are welcome to relax there. Oh, he's sticking his paw underneath the laptop and anywhere else, checking for vermin. Like a good kitty. That's what they do. How you doing? Oh, you have fishy breath. You have fishy breath. Have a great day, Patricia. Your Tim says news. Texas school district bans Diary of Anne Frank because it makes people uncomfortable. Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it. Yes, boo-boo bombed. I remember when ebooks first came out, one of the earliest ebooks I saw, it was free, so I absolutely had to have it. It was dumb questions basically asked at the customer service desk in a bookstore. And since I was working in a bookstore at the time, I was like, oh, I've got it. Because I've got my own stories about what people asked. And there was one in there where you can't talk to customers this way, but maybe it was just a response that this person was able to put down in writing that they didn't say in person. But the question was, and I do believe someone asked this, the Diary of Anne Frank, it was really good. Is there a sequel? And according to the book, the person said, yes, the camps. Part 2, the camps. It was like, oh, geez. That's a little harsh. Right, Doxy Mom. Anne Frank makes go uncomfortable, and they call us snowflakes. Yeah. Okay. Back to the readings. They didn't cooperate. Trump still had the documents he shouldn't have had. They lied. And there's going to be Trump knows. Trump and the people around him, they know they're in trouble. They know Trump's in trouble. Big trouble. That's a lot of, and he's trying to do his little squeaky whining, but he just feels smaller and smaller and smaller. They're in trouble. Bless whoever needed that. So Julie Worcester says there should be a book about comebacks from store staff. I once asked a guy working in the produce section where I could find ginger. He replied, Gilligan's Island. No, that's cute. That's cute. I like that. Yeah. All right. So we'll move on to at 59 minutes. We'll go to Doug's question. Yes, dear. Doug Dotson was asking, I wonder if Trump ever regrets that he ran for president. Ever regret running for president? Oh, no. He's angry that he gets held accountable for so much. But his narcissism, you could not, if he could go back in time, you could not take his presidency away from him. He would run again. He'd just make it even more corrupt and awful. Affidavit should be kept under wraps. And because it contains grand jury information in a unique case that has national security implications. That's what I just heard. Okay, so that's that. But does Trump regret insult to injury? It's the in the insult to injury, woe is me. The dynasty, the Two of Wands. He basically tried to turn the U.S. government into Grift Co. But he was big and important. Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump. I don't see anybody's ever been treated worse than you've been. He was able to go and be the president, be in the White House with his kids, with Ivanka and Jared. By the way, saw an interview with it was on Stephanie Miller the other day. What's that guy's name? But he was saying, because he knew these people back in the day, and he was saying that they just, behind Jared's back, they kind of refer his group, the guy's group, refers to Jared as like the serial killer, because apparently he has that kind of cold, icky, awful energy. Having read on serial killers, I don't pick up on that level, but it's not a million miles away. So, does he regret it? He lives on drama. He lives on the drama triangle, and he's still to this day calling himself the 45th president, 45, president of the United States. Anybody see Obama with a 44? Anything, really? Yes. Who just said that? I agree. Noel Kassler. Thank you, Janelle. Yes, it was Noel Kassler. Rochelle. Serial killer adjacent? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah. Allison Jacobs. Yes. They call me Sir. Oh. Hurl. Ugh. And yes, chat. He still uses the presidential steel. Well, that too. Seal. Tigers, I agree. I really miss Barack Obama. I agree with Colbert. Not long after the election, he was doing his monologue and he mentioned something about Obama, and he just stopped in the middle of his monologue and just walked up really close to the camera and said, "Miss you." It's like, yeah. Okay. So let's go on to, oh gosh, there's so much. Let's read 104. Let's read on the serial killer adjacent's book. The Breaking Bad History. Breaking History is the official name, but people are calling it Breaking Bad History. Kushner, and there is a reviewer, and like a big important book reviewer, who said reading this book is like watching a cat lick the goo from a dog's eye. And I imagine that's kind of what it feels like. It's just puzzling, gross, icky, squicky. But it's kind of there, and ew. And the more you think about it, the grosser it gets. And yeah. Kelly said, I read that. Okay. Kevin says, glad I finished lunch. I'm sorry. That's what it said. But Anne says it's a great article. The book is 500 pages of yuck. I believe that. Julie says, well, that'll be an exciting read. Lisa's saying, I can't even. I understand. Sweet Sugar Jones is just saying gross. Yeah. Well, he is. So how's the book going? With his personal stock footage on the front. I talked about that, if anybody missed it, the last time I talked about his book before it came out, where he basically created a stock image. Mr. Important, man in suit, slim man in suit, on phone, private jet in background, bland, stock footage. And let's make it black and white, so it's just shades of gray and even more nothing. That's the cover. I think that Constance Campbell saying New York Times is where to find that review. Okay. Rob D, yes, bless the trees that took the print Jared's book. Yeah. I've got this is actually my card for Jared. His card has usually been the Page of Pentacles. He's the Prince evil Prince grossness, evil Prince mannequin, evil Prince Slenderman. And he's only as famous as he is because of his father-in-law. Apparently, according to the article, there's an article that is out. I don't know. Is it in the article about Ivana? The lonely last years of Ivana Trump's life, or is it? There's maybe another one. But anyway, somebody was saying that Jared and Ivanka started dating. They got along really well. They talked for 5 hours. It was a blind date, and they talked for 5 hours, and they had so much in common. And the jokes on that would write themselves. But they broke up at one point. And one of the reasons was because his father kept saying things to Ivanka like, when is that Jew coming over? Well, Archie Bunker, probably later or probably never. And it only took some work later to get them back together, and by Putin's ex-wife, or I forget anyway. Prince Ling, this could be like swords are air signs, and if like I was doing a reading on like Stephen King, he would probably come up as this, the king of the written word, to communicate the thought. So on the one hand, it's like, so is this Jared feeling bigger because his book has come out now? He's an author. There are hints of a prosecutor there, though. So what's going to happen with Jared? 109.30. 109.30. What's going to happen to Prince Slenderman Jared? Save. Is that someone's mowing next door? If that's bothering you, just let me know. I can close this window. So what's going to happen to Yick? Anna, I honestly do think that, I mean, Jared's swimming uphill against some what sounds like a strain of genetic sociopathy. I don't know that it's hit every member of his family, but that's what it sounds like. But he could, if he had been born into a different family, I think he would have been a very different person, is what I get. It's when his father went to prison, a lot fell on him. So hemmed in, legally hemmed in. 10 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups. He's just getting angrier. His family is his kids are very important to him. And he does communicate. There's just this refusal here. There's just, I gotta close this. There's so much anger in this guy. The window's broken, so I have to prop it open or it won't stay open. Sorry, so I'm gonna pull that out. Push this down. Oh, there we go. Eek, eek. There we go. Thank you, chat. Okay, that's better. So, anything else about Prince Slenderman Jared? Star, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Fool. Well, for now, he's just gonna keep keeping on his Slenderman mannequin awful ways. Come on, camera, work with me here. For now, there's something in the background though. There's something there. There's something that's going to come back and bite him. But for now, Doxy Mom says the judge has ordered the DOJ to submit redactions before ruling on release of the affidavit. Thank you. Thank you. Yeef. Kathy Delia is asking, was that the card of I'll drink to that? Okay. We need to read on this poll, and I want to make sure I get to this before I sign off for today. 114. Eileen brought this up because there was a Fox News poll, or as she put it, Fox No News poll. Interesting poll has come out. They were talking about it this morning on Morning Joe. Since May, on a generic, would you vote for Republicans or Democrats? All of the different categories have moved to the left. Women, 7 points to the left. Men, in general, 4 points to the left. Non-white women, 10 points to the left. Dads, 28 points to the left. You messed with their daughters. And Eileen was asking, does this mean that dads will play a role in the elections? I hadn't thought of that. Oh, I think it's going to get worse. I really do. This is just me talking. It's just this isn't something I've read on, but I think that as the new state laws, the more people they affect over time, the worse it's going to get for Republicans. Kelly, I love that. To the left, to the left. Everything you want is in the party to the left. Yes, Doxy Mom and their gay and trans children. Yeah, that was awesome, Kelly. That was awesome. Threat of Hope, yes. Reality of Roe hitting home and gay and trans. Yeah. So, what kind of role that's going to play in upcoming elections? Emperor. The card for the reading about dads. Are they playing a role? The Emperor card. All right. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, King of Wands. Trump's base tends to be more, not entirely, believe it or not, but more male. But and there have been problems with inflation and what have you, but you've weakened their power to protect their babies. And in the name of their Lord and Savior Trump, and that's not sitting well. Glenna Miles says, how many of today's fathers want unlimited children? Oh, I was watching something on, it was Jane Austen. Jane Austen, the author, Jane Austen, she actually almost got married. She was proposed to by a wealthy man, and she said yes, but then she went in to think about it. And the next day she came back and said, no, I'm not doing it. The her two sister-in-laws both died having their 11th children. Think about that for a minute. The woman this guy went on to marry, they had 10 kids. Yeah. Kay Hankala, I like that. Kay Hankala is saying, why are more women not moving to the left? I don't understand. Don't know. Me, I don't know. Isabel Moss, beautiful kitty. Thank you. He's boo-boo. Yeah, I don't know. Ten of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, talk about the government, legislative getting up in your business for strength of women, and yeah, they're going to play a part, and they're mad. Yeah. So all those men out there are trying to stand up for your daughters, your gay or trans children. Bless you. Bless you. And in the sorry, I got distracted by something in the chat. Bless you for doing that. And in the Catholicism I was raised in, protecting those who are weaker than you are That's the definition of goodness. Being kind, being generous. Yeah. So that's going to do it for me for today. But I guess that's a good place to end. There are good things happening. There really are. You're not alone. Please don't forget, you're not alone. We are in this together. There are great days ahead. There are good days ahead. And we'll face them. We'll face them together. All right. We'll enjoy them together. And tomorrow I have to look. I had seen something in passing. Is it possible that Alex Jones is turning against Trump? He's switching to DeSantis. If so, I'm going to come in here with just a little bowl of popcorn tomorrow. Just a little one. All right. Take care. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.